Howdy, howdy, y'all. What's going on? We are back to another day, and I'm excited today. I've been excited since yesterday to hit this because we got shoulders and a little calisthenics ab day. So, what's going to go on today is we're going to hit machine shoulder press, the one you see in the last shoulder calisthenics day, followed with pull-ups, dips or push-ups. I'm not sure really which one I want to hit per se. Probably push-ups, but that's, on the edge. And then, following with that, we will be also hitting, I'm trying to think, I'm going to go in blank right now, our abs. So we're going to be doing probably weighted crunches, some normal, crunches I'll see kind of. And then, following with that, some lower back stuff, get a stronger, bigger, better lower back. Because the more explosive, the stronger your lower back is, prevents so many things. Injuries, it also helps because a better looking lower back just completes your back. The better your spinal erectors and your lower back and all that is, the cooler your back looks. Like, I've always said this, if you have a great back, that makes your physique look 10 times better because you're wider, and if your back's just like thick looking, that's sick. Like, I think that's what every man wants, is a thick back. But a lot of people only think of the traps, and if you have thick traps, that's awesome, that's great. But if you have thick lats and a thick lower back, it just makes your back look 10 times better. Because if you have all the traps in the world, but no lower, what is this guy doing? But no lower back, then, it doesn't look as good in my opinion. That's like having upper lats but no lower lats. You've seen examples of that, and you can just tell something's off. But, that's not to judge those people or anything, but that's just, simple improvements that you could do. Just more lat pull downs, more lower back extensions, just stuff that completes your back overall. It's like if you have huge biceps and triceps but no forearms, it looks a little funky. That's not to say that, it doesn't look bad or, doesn't look good, you could say. It just would look better if you have the additional extra little things, right? Like big legs but small calves. Because if you have small calves, like really small calves compared to your quads, people are still going to say you have small legs, right? That's just how it goes. So, if something looks out of proportion on something, people might notice it, and then they're going to be like, oh, and I'm not saying you should care about what other people say, but, the more complete everything is overall, the better everything looks, and I bet you'll be happier, right? And I'm not saying this is bodybuilding, but the more complete overall your physique is, the happier you're going to be. If you have a more balanced physique, you are going to be more aesthetically pleasing than the guy who has overdeveloped something. That's just how it goes. If you're a guy who has crazy triceps but then lacks other things, the guy who has an overall more balanced physique is probably going to look better than you. Even if his triceps are smaller, his arms might look better just because everything flows better. And that's the whole thing with physiques, is if you have a great flow, like Frank Zane, he had an amazing flow. C-Bum, amazing flow. Those guys are guys who just have amazing flows. And the reason, hence, why they won a lot of bodybuilding contests. And why a lot of people love their physiques is not only, like I said, just because they look awesome and they're super conditioned and everything, but the flow. That's one of the biggest and best things about people's physique, is if it has a flow. And you can tell who does it and who does have a flow. Not not meaning just oh, they have aura, but their physique just blends and mends well together, right? It's like if you make a food with certain ingredients, they have components that add to the flavor. Same with physiques. If you leave something out, the physique doesn't look as complete. It doesn't look as good. Same with the food. If you leave garlic out in a food that is great with garlic in it, it's gonna taste not bad, but it's gonna taste not as good, right? Because it needs that garlic in it. So that's the way I kind of look at physiques. It's like food. You need certain ingredients, you need certain body parts to really make everything mend well together so it just looks awesome. But, you know, now that's not to say like you're gonna have like something that's genetically superior. Like for me, I'd say my back genetics are a lot better than my ab genetics. My ab genetics aren't bad, but they're not like a perfect 6-8 pack. I think I have like a 6-pack, maybe a 4-pack at best. Because I remember when I was like one of my leanest I ever was, I had like a 4-pack, and then it was like not blocky, but it was like that, you know, it was kind of like a square at the bottom. If you go back on my Instagram when I was 17, you'll see what I'm talking about. But overall, you know, I think personally, I have a great flow to my physique. That's why when I do compete, I feel like I'm going to do very good because everything flows good together. And like I said, that's like one of the most important things for your physique. You can have all the mass in the world, but if you don't have any type of flow, the guy who has a good flow to his physique, I think is going to probably do a little better than the other guy. Like Frank Zane, he would have probably done a lot better than a lot of other guys just because of how much flow he had to his physique, even though he was smaller than the other guys. You know, but you know, man, we're gonna just get into the gym. We're gonna jam out the music. I've been jamming out to Ozzy Osbourne a lot lately. No More Tears specifically. That song's kind of not overdone now, but a lot of more people listen to it. But like, it's such a good song, man. It's such a good song. It always gets me hyped. Because for a while I was kind of having a hard time. Not locking into the gym, but just like when I'm in the gym, no music really gets me going and allows me to like push further to my sets. But that song in specific helps me push farther. I can't really explain why or how it does it, but I love it. So, with that said, I'm going to get into the gym and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, so the first movement we got today is going to be a front press. And it's going to be hitting a lot of the front delt, as I said, like front press. And then we're going to be hitting a little bit of the side delt, a little bit of the traps, and a little bit of the tricep. But we're going to just be exploding on the way up, trying to go as strong as we can on the way up, and then controlling the way down for the best stretch possible. And also for better shoulder health, make sure you're keeping your elbows tucked in, which is why I like using this grip compared to the one outside of it. Now we're mainly going to be focusing on the side delt, and how we're going to do that is we're going to lead with the pinky finger, really making sure we're exploding on the way up, controlling on the way down. And right now, as you see, it was a little too light for me, so I just went a little heavier, but we're going to be training the failure on 2 sets. Now we're going to be focusing on the rear delt here, and we're making sure we're training, you know, kind of moderately heavy, not too heavy to where we can get a good stretch and a good squeeze at the back, but we're going to be doing 2 sets, once again, till failure, and we're going to be doing 5 reps, 5 reps, 5 reps. Now we're going to be focusing on the lateral pull-ups. I would usually say go to failure, but for me, since my back day is in a couple days, I still want to do pull-ups, but we're going to shy about 3 reps till failure. And make sure when you're doing these, explode on the way up. The farther you are out, the lower lat you're going to get engagement. So this set, we're going to get more lower lat, and the second set, we're going to go a little closer in with the grip and get a little bit more forearm, bicep, and a little bit more upper lat activation. And as everyone knows, push-ups are for the chest, so we're really just going to be squeezing on the way up, making sure our elbows are rather tucked in rather than flared out. And what we're going to be doing with the reps is you'll see me kind of pausing. I'll do 1 rep, pause for a second, 2 reps, pause for 2 seconds, 3 reps, so on. So just do it all the way up to 9 reps and then go back down for 8 seconds holding the way down. So you're going to be burning out your chest a good amount. All right, and now we're going to be doing one last exercise for 2 sets, and that's going to be focusing on the lower back and a little bit of the upper back if you squeeze at the top with the plate by just kind of shrugging it upwards, kind of like I do on some reps, not on every rep, but make sure you engage your core at the top. And then after this, we're going to just be doing crunches, 2 sets of ab crunches, and then 1 set of decline crunches. What's going on, y'all? So, minor setback, right? Flared up my back. So the worst part about all this is I'm not complaining how they're like not major injuries. Like, I'm not complaining about that. But it's why I get like flare-ups or injuries. It's not even because I'm doing something like extremely stupid or anything like that. Like, I'm not like, going and doing 315-pound Jefferson curls or, even deadlifting or RDLing heavyweight yet, you know? So I'm doing things I should do, right? I'm not playing basketball anymore because, you know, that's not good for my back. That makes it flare up, right? So I'm taking precautions to, you know, not get these things. Was doing fine. Back felt great, actually. It was awesome. And then as I was just getting, you know, about done, I was stretching and I was doing I do this thing with the forearm thing because this guy on Instagram was like, if you're a construction worker or you're a guy who loves to lift heavy weights, this is great for your elbows. And I have elbow problems now. It's where you get 2 barbells, and on the end, it's like the thicker part where you can put the plates on. That was a crazy move, pause. But you put your arm through it, and then you just like not squeeze it, but you just like get the bars together, and you just really like grind it out in there, and it feels good. It massages it, but it hurts like hell. So be prepared for a little bit of pain, but it's great for your forearms, great for your elbow. But as I was going, I'm done, right? Or actually, it was right before I was about to start doing it. I just bent down to like, I think to check my phone or like I was doing something. I think I was moving something or something, whatever. I go down and I'm about to go up, but then a sharp shock pain goes right in my back, and I'm like, are you kidding me? So now my back is hurting and it sucks. It's very upsetting, and just also very like, what's the word for it? Just super like slap you in the face and say, you know, screw you, I hate you, your back, I don't care about you at all, you know? Like that's just how I take it. It's just one thing after the other. But you know what? It's fine. Had a great gym session. Can't complain about it. So it is what it is. I'm gonna just keep on trotting. Just keep on moving forward. But you know, it just sucks going through this process of, you know, getting through my own back pain and everything. It's very diminishing and just super upsetting, but it is what it is. So other than that, y'all, I mean, like I said, it was a great workout, so I'm not going to complain whatsoever about the workout or anything like that, and I'm not even going to complain too much about my back. It's just, like I said, minor setbacks, and it happens. You know, you're going to go through life, and you're going to get these minor setbacks, and you're just going to have to go through life. That's just the whole thing, I don't know. Whole thing, that's what I'm trying to look for. The whole thing about it is you're not going to have a perfect life, and if you did, how would you know, right, without these setbacks? So when I do finally 100% get fully back and healed, where I can do my heavy RDLs, and I can do heavy push-downs without pain and all that, I'm going to be so much more grateful for that, you know? Like, seriously. Life without pain and everything is meaningless. So, because, like, you need pain, not because it's mandatory of just you need pain in general. Like, yeah, that is true. But it's more just so you appreciate things, right? Like, you know, you're not always going to have certain times, you know, in life, like you may have, you know, was able to do certain things with people, or were able to do things, you know, with your body, or, you know, and you can get back to that, but you have to be more appreciative of while you're doing it, you know, and be more proud of yourself while you're doing it. So, I'm not going to complain too much about it. It is what it is. So, other than that, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to grub down some food and just work my butt off. So, I'll see you guys later. I'll catch you in the next one.